Today we are going to be doing some experimenting on a shrimp recipe that we might use for the next Jump in the Rose board meeting. But I did want to let y'all know, all of these yummy fresh veggies from Nonna's secret herb garden, his fresh herbs, I had hung some a week ago and they're all nice and dried out. Get them off the stems as the case may be. We got some oregano, rosemary, got a little bit of basil I'm gonna mush up real good. And I'm gonna put it in here, and then we have some dried herbs to use later.
Oh, you smell that?
They need to make smell-o-vision. I keep telling old Bill Gates, get up off his lazy butt and make us some dang smell-o-vision already. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, step number 1. We got about 4 tablespoons of butter. Plus we're gonna put about 4 tablespoons of olive oil in here. So the first thing we're doing is sauteing up the shrimps. And I had got this recipe idea from Ketolicious.com, but he didn't put in some stuff that I kind of felt like I wanted to put in. So you know how I roll. Okay, we've got the oil and butter nice and hot. You can tell by the sizzle. And we're going to add 2 pounds of these jumbo shrimp, all finished business and everything. And then we're going to sprinkle in some of this delicious ghost chili sauce. And all we're doing is just a quick saute on the shrimp. Then we're going to pull them out and stick them on this plate for a minute because we don't want to overcook them. So that's why we're not cooking them with the mushrooms and whatnot. Take these shrimps out of here. And we're just going to set them aside. Okay, now I'm going to turn this fire down to about a medium-ish. Mushrooms. I like mushrooms. I'm a fan of mushrooms. Big old handful of garlic. That's probably more garlic than the recipe called for. But you know, the only way you could have too much garlic is if you're eating it straight out the bottle. Lemony balm from Nonna's Secret Herb Garden. We got rosemary from Nonna's Secret Herb Garden. Basil from Nonna's Secret Herb Garden. And we're going to stir this up a minute. 2 cups of little cherry tomatoes cut in half. Some of these are from Nonna's garden. Some of them are from the store. Because, you know, it's harder to grow food in a garden than people think. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really get enough out of the tomatoes sometimes. There's this entire bag of fresh, tender baby spinach. This is 2 pounds of shrimp we're doing this for. Obviously, if you're only doing 1 pound of shrimp, cut it in half. That ain't rocket surgery. Okay, now y'all can see the whole bag of spinach has cooked way down. The next thing it's calling for is 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream, but I had doubled the recipe. Now, I am, for some unknown reason, going to go ahead and measure this out instead of just eyeballing it. I don't know what has got into me today. And another 3/4 of a cup. That makes 6/4 of a cup. Oh, a cup and a half. Or something like that. And then it calls for some good Romano. Now, y'all know I buy the big block of good Romano and shred it up as I need it. Do not get that cheap sawdust Romano. And I must say 1, 2 handfuls, maybe. That sounds right. And I'm going to lower this to the low. Well, it's got the pretty green. It's got the pretty red. It's just pretty. Okay, now right before I add the shrimp, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a quick taste test here. See if this thing needs anything else, because taste testing is important. And then I'm going to trip on a dog. That's good. That's good. All right. I'm going to put a little bit more of the chili ghost pepper salt in there. And that should do it, but it is good just as is. Put the shrimp back in. We're going to cook it another couple of minutes. Let the shrimp absorb some of the yummy goodness. And oh my, Ketolicious, pescaterian friendly. More cheese. I'm going to put some more cheese in to thicken it up a little. I would say 1.5 cups or so of cheese, maybe, give or take. we have just been letting this kind of reduce a little bit for probably 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes-ish, not very long. Well, we're going to check and see if our shrimps are all the way cooked. Look, we have cooked shrimpage. All right, guys, we got our final taste test going. Let's see how this all came out. That is really good. Cook, skydive, have fun, give back, and oh, by the way, I am cleared to solo again.